Welcome back, guys, and I've finally managed to upload a new Age of Sigmar battle report, and I've actually had this game for a while. Believe it or not, I've had this game since January. I thought I lost the footage, but luckily I managed to keep a backup on both my phone and the old camera, so I decided I might as well do it now, upload it for YouTube and for you guys to watch. So in this game I'm playing against James and his Death Army. This is actually one of our preparation games for Cancon, which was back in January, so it's gone back a while. So you can see James' army there. Unit of 9 flays, it looks like. The Coven Throne with the chicks with their stilettos. Neferata, a Morgul, a big block of zombies for his battle line, and Necromancer as well. So at this point in time, I'm actually I hadn't decided which army I was gonna take. I was gonna take pure Iron Jaws. Was I gonna take the Bone Splitters, which is what I originally had intended to do, or mix them together? Have a Cunning Ruck, have an Iron Fist. At the end, I just went with the Stonehorns and Thunder Tusk army. But yeah, this is one of my prep games where I was deciding which army I was gonna take. So in this list, I had 3 units of 10 Savage Orcs as for my battle line, and I had an Iron Fist as well. And that consisted of a unit of 10 Brutes, a unit of 5 Brutes, and 2 units of 10 Ard Boys. Yeah, just trying to remember the list. I also had a Mega Boss, a Shaman, and I'm sure I had 2 War Chanters in this list, and along with a Grot Shaman. I find that the extra Shaman just is pretty handy in terms of having a backup Wizard caster, and being able to cast Mystic Shield as well, and of course Arcane Bolt. I've tried to run lists where I've only had 1 Shaman, but it just never seems to work out. So I've used the Weird Fist before, and just with running the 1 Shaman, I just find that I'm lacking something. I'm lacking that extra caster. So when I run the Weird Fist, which if you're not aware, with the Iron Jaws, you've got the Shaman, and you've got 3 to 5 units of Iron Jaw units, and if you successfully cast, say, Foot of Gork, Arcane Bolt, or Green Puke, then you can roll for every unit that's in the battalion, and on a 4-up, it increases his damage output by 1, and on a 1, 2, 3, it increases the range by 6 inches. Lately, I've been putting him on a Bellwind Vortex as well, so that's so it just amplifies the range of the spell itself. Obviously, Green Puke is good in that way, because Green Puke is only 2d6 inch range. But having that second caster, just it just makes a massive difference. So yeah, as you can see, James has taken first turn, and he's raised some zombies. That's a little bit stronger than the as a put him there as a roadblock for me. Yeah, look, I've been to a few more tournaments this year since January. Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a different spell. Okay. I've got a bit more experience running lists, especially destruction lists. So yeah, this list is very different to what I'd take now. Alright, do you mind if I back up his spell? Yeah, no, obviously I take the Beast Claws with the 3 Thunder Tusks and the Stonehorn nowadays, but just stay competitive. But Iron Jaws in the current meta that we're in, a lot of shooting. Yeah, the Disciples of Zench and the Caradron Overlords have dropped since playing this game, and obviously if you're not aware, Skyfires and the units in Caradron Overlords, when you can take mortars and do D3 damage, is just insane. And yeah, I just find that Iron Jaws they just get shot to bits. If you really want to run a competitive Iron Jaws list, You definitely have to have the more crusher in there because you need that speed. You need a battalion drop in order for you to have less drops. So you've got a better chance of deciding who takes first turn, which is, you know, more than likely going to be you. And yeah, I feel the Weird Fist is, well, not necessary, but it's a good thing to have. Again, just for the range, the Foot of Gork, and a Bellwind Vortex just to amplify your range and just to help you cast the spell better.
Slowly but surely. 5 inches.
Of course, you know, you all try to fit it in one list under 2,000 points. You know, it's going to be hard, but yeah, I just find that if you want to be competitive with an Ironjawz army, you have to have those 3 elements.
It almost goes without saying sometimes, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, they're beginning now. Yeah.
So yeah, in this scenario, playing Border War, so you've got the 4 objectives, and you need models to claim objectives. And in order for you to score a major victory, you need to control all four objectives at any point at the end of your turn. So this is one of the few times I've actually played James. We've managed to play a couple of games beforehand, but they were sort of more like a narrative, had a narrative theme to it. I think it was 4,000 points, James. If you can correct me, I'm sure it was 4,000 points. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But this one was an actual prep for a competitive tournament.
That's actually just learning just then that if I want to get those 20 zombies right up front center.
So yeah, there's Neferata. She was unpainted at this time, but I can tell you that he's finished her since, I should say, and she's looking quite spectacular. You will see some more close-ups of the army later on, and you can just see his amazing paint work as well. Yeah, hopefully I'll try and have some more battle reports coming on in the next few weeks. I've set up some games with some friends. My cousin, who's just got into it as well, he's running a chaos list with Skyfires, Thankwall, some Storm Fiends as well.
She's going to. You haven't got any shooting, have you?
Nah, well, apart from him, nothing.
Okay, cool. Alright. Neferata is going to fly. She's got a 16-inch move.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of cut her over here. For a nice tasty 15-inch bubble.
Yeah.
Mongol, he's got 12 inches. He's going to accompany his mistress. Oops. Oh shit, the mystical. I need to roll. Should have rolled for the mystical.
Oh, right. Which one is that? Oh, yes. You're not going to watch?
Captain right there.
Watch it to her mom's house.
Soulsword. She is out of range. She was out of range. Cool. No worries. I'm going to just move her up slowly behind so I can claim that objective.
Yeah.
6 inches. Okay, cool. So that's movement, no shooting. That's it. It's my turn. My turn 1.
Right.
Oh, yep. So I've got those 2 right now.
Yeah. No, don't worry. It's good. It's still loud though.
So yeah, here come the Flayers and the Coven Throne just ready to wreck one flank. By this time I've sort of made the deployment error. I've pretty much stacked everything too much on one side of the field. Again, this is not Border War, Blood and Glory. So you know, there's 2 objectives on your side of the table that you should also be focusing on, not just one. But yeah, I had something in mind. I mean, really, the only things that are defending the objective on that left side is the Wolf Chariot and also a unit of 10 savage orcs, you know, and obviously against flays it's not gonna be enough, but hey, we'll see how we go.
Just making sure they're all in the terrain. Oop. Shaman will just stay put. Brutes, big unit of brutes. 4. So right behind them.
So anyway, while I'm doing my destruction moves on my second turn, we can quickly talk about the General's Handbook, which is up for pre-order on Saturday, which is, let me have a look at the calendar, it'll be Saturday the 19th here in Australia. So yeah, it's big news. General's Handbook 2, Death are going to get a lot of stuff, it looks like. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen everything that's gone up the Warhammer TV community site, and it's just looking really good. Nighthorns will be getting their own abilities, Soulblight, all that stuff, and it looks like they're bringing artifacts and allegiance abilities with those factions as well. Ironjaws as well, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Obviously, you know, Ironjaws, you know, in the current setting in General's Handbook, they're pretty good, because you know, the Battle Brew, Rampaging Destroyers, that combination has done wonders for destruction. You know, it's made destruction armies pretty fast. I mean, I'm sure you've probably seen Bat Reps all come against the Beastclaw army with, say, Moonclan Grots' battle line, or the Savage Orc battle line, along with the Frostlord and the Thundertusk, and you know, it's a tough army. So it'll be really interesting to see if they've changed anything in General's Handbook 2. Again, with Ironjaws, from what I've seen from the previews, it's looking a bit meh so far. You know, nothing really stands out. I suppose it's got to go in line with the fluff. Brutish and Cunning. It sounds like it could be a pretty OP ability, but at the same time, I mean, you've got to roll dice in order for it to actually to kick in. Whereas, you know, some abilities that other armies might have, you know, they just have it. So yeah, you know, it all hinges on that dice roll. So I mean, I suppose you can call me a fan of that mechanic, because, you know, I love Age of Sigmar. I love the randomness of it, the initiative roll. I mean, it's definitely not for the faint heart, so to speak. So yeah, look, I'm excited. They're also bringing out open war cards. When they first announced it for 40k, I don't know, I just wasn't a fan, because I wasn't into the open war sort of thing. You know, I've always been into the more competitive match play sort of setting. But you know, in hindsight, just thinking about it, how the scenario and the deployment can be randomized during your games, I think that's a good thing. I think, you know, there's obviously different combinations, because there's other things that you can randomize along with that card mechanic. As far as I'm aware, it's also the objectives that you can get, the objectives in the scenarios and the missions and stuff like that. So and they were saying something about 62,000 combinations or 28. I can't remember the exact number, but geez, that's you know, when you think about it that way, when you can randomize a game like that, and every game is going to be different. You know, no game is going to be the same. If it is the same, it's going to be very rare. So yeah, I think I'm even thinking about using those sort of rules in a tournament, where in each game, or maybe not in each game, but say leading up to the event, you can randomize the scenarios that you're going to play, and also the deployment. And I mean, the excitement that builds towards a incoming tournament, I mean, that's gonna, you know, bring everyone together. You know, you could live stream it for everyone to see. If you have an event page on Facebook, you can live stream it there, or if you have a certain Age of Sigmar Facebook page, like the Sydney group. You know, you could you can do that. But anyway, enough about GHB2. I know everyone's pretty pumped about it, and look, I can't wait. And yeah, so it looks like we're into the fight phase, combat phase. Been playing too many 40k games lately, and I'm pretty sure this is the combat with the brutes and the Mongol
2-7 -1.
and Neferata as well, because you know the brute block is, you know, it's a pretty big block.
Okay, 5 ups.
My apologies. Looks like it's the brutes only against Neferata. That was my alpha strike for this turn, and I've actually made a charge with the Ard boys on the Mongol. Probably not something I would have preferred to do, but it stopped the Mongol from being able to pile in into the brutes, because I'm pretty sure that they were within 3 inches.
You're gonna be like, James, what are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't want the Mongol going after the brutes so early in the game.
You moved this so fast. What are you doing? Yeah, that's your turn.
Oh yeah, back to me. So she's taken 5. I'm just gonna have to go as a Mongol. Feed the Mongol. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 attacks, all going into that our boys. So sixes I get an extra attack, but I only get to regenerate them. So that's 2 6s. I only get to do it once because a rule of 1.
Yeah.
So 3s to hit. Cool. All those hit. And 3s to wound. Come on. So that's 2, 4, 5 at -2 rend.
-2, so we're looking at 6s.
Yep.
Oop, reroll that one.
Yeah.
Definitely cocked. That's a 6, so
Yeah.
two did.
So that's 8 damage.
8. Ooh, okay. 1, 2.
So yeah, it looks like James has used the Mongol to attack the Ard boys, and -2 to the rend in its first lot of attacks. It wasn't looking good for the Ard boys. So at this time I was carefully peeling off certain models in case I got double turned, and just to prevent the Mongol from piling into the brutes.
That's what I did. Savage Oaks.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
One of them is a champion, so that's 5. So -2, you said? -2?
They're used to be -1 now because they're out of range of the Mongol.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just -1.
So yeah, once again, this is a battle report that was meant to have up way back in January. This is before Cancon.
Savage Oaks, a king.
So James was painting up Neferata at the time.
That's 3.
Yeah, in this particular game, she wasn't painted just yet. But I can tell you that the paint job that he did on Neferata is just amazing.
Cool. Over to me.
Yeah, at the moment, looking more like a shadow of a nice figure on the battlefield.
The zombie and Neferata. So I'll do Neferata. So 5s and 6s. 6s are mortal wounds. They're all going into the brutes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
4 mortal wounds.
So as you can see,
And
4
1 hit.
Aurochs down, and now it's Neferata's turn
And
to
that wins. So it's
wail
just
on the
4.
brutes.
Yeah.
Immortals? Okay. That's 1 there.
Yeah, 1 down so
They're 4
far.
wins apiece. Are they 4 wins apiece? 3. Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
They're good, but not that good.
So Negadron's skeletal claws now with 4 attacks instead of 6. Hitting on 4s. 3 hits. And 3s to wound. 3 wounds. This is -2 rend at 2 damage each.
So at this point, James is rolling like an absolute machine.
Ooh, so that's
4 damage.
4 damage, yeah.
So again, another one dies. 1, 2.
Arkan Seth, which is her staff, has 2 attacks, 2s to hit, 2 hits, and 3s to wound. That's -2 rend.
It also helps when you've
-2.
pumped the brutes with quite a few abilities, like Inspiring Presence and +1 attack.
Akhmet Ha, 5 attacks, 2s to hit.
I mean, the current tactic that I've deployed with an Ironsplitterz army is just to have 1 shaman nearby, and just being able to cast Mystic Shield on the brute unit. I just feel that it's a better use for the shaman. He's pretty pricey, 120 points. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Foot of Gork. Not the spell itself. I mean, the spell is amazing. It's just the casting value of it. 10 +1 if you have 10 boys nearby. +2 if you have 20 boys nearby. But you know, if you roll a double, you're causing D3 mortal wounds on the nearest Auric unit.
Yeah, back to you, man.
These guys are expired. I did lose 4 E.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel that every time I try to roll for it, I'm just, you know, setting myself up to fail. Yeah, it's a high casting value. I mean, even if you have him on a Bellwind Vortex, it's a 7+. So there's a 50-50 chance at best that you can get that spell off. No, actually, there is a better chance if you have him nearby Arcane Ruins or the Arcane, anything Arcane, which gives you a further +1. So that'll be +4 altogether. At the same time, you know, you've also got to be pretty cunning with the way how you've set up the Ard Boys, because if he's on the Bellwind Vortex, then obviously he's pretty high up in the Bellwind, so the 10-inch radius becomes even smaller because you're that high up. So you've got to always have your Ard Boys nearby if you want to use that sort of army list. Of course, you know, most Iron Jaws players that I know of are very aggressive players.
So she's now got taking 3, so she's got 8.
Yeah, they're just very aggressive players, so you know they don't tend to stick around. You know, within 10 inches of the shaman, you know, they're always running off, you know, fighting their own battles. Especially if you have the Iron Fist and the Rampaging Destroyers. You know, they just most of the time you're out of buff range of everything else, which is what I'm finding as well. The Mega Boss is almost half the time not anywhere near brute units to give them that reroll to 1. Reroll once to hit for in the combat phase.
But I'm gonna be taking some.
That's why, you know, you really got to be tactical with what you aim your brutes towards.
Oh, do you have any +1 to your?
No, I don't. Yeah, okay, because he's got +2 as well. Yeah, so
so as long as I have more than 20 models.
Gotcha.
9 times out of 10, you're going to point them in a direction that has models with more than 4 wounds or 4 wounds or more, just so you can get the duff up the big thing special rule. But you know, if you're setting them towards you know, skinks, scaly zombies that have less than 4 wounds, then obviously you're not getting the best out of it, because you know, even if you're buffing them with a +1 to hit, I mean, 1s will fail.
Actually, I'll try and go and see the range first.
So yeah, you really want to make the most out of that big brute unit by having the Mega Boss nearby, just for those rerolls, which is, you know, obviously massive.
So gets the brutes and Ard Boys as well?
Nah, just the enemy units within the straight line.
Yep.
Going back towards General's Handbook too, you know, they've talked about the ally system. Well,
So +3 to the roll.
so for my
5.
terrible speech, it's like 10:15 at night. Yeah. So going back to allies, yeah. Look, I'm loving that rule already. I'm already, you know, trying to figure out combos that I can think of in my head that I've always wanted to put in an Iron Jaw army, but I couldn't because, you know, I'd be breaking battle line.
Looking a bit sick.
And one of those options is the Auric War Boss with the Great War Banner. And I think adding that model to an Iron Jaws army, you know, gives it massive benefits. It gives Auric units within 16 inches rerolled 1s to wound. So, you know, even if you had a bad round of rolling, and you know, brutes are 3s to hit, 3s to wound. So if you know, you're obviously going to buff them up with +1s to hit. You know, it generally where you fail the most is the wound phase, and you know, getting those reroll 1s to hit on 3s to wound. Sorry, getting those reroll 1s to wound when your original baseline stat is 3s to wound is it's just massive. And yeah, that's possibly one combination I can think of Another is adding lead belchers to the army. It just gives you a good shooting phase. Iron jaws are good at tying down units. So if you have, like, say, a lead belcher unit just sitting at the back behind brutes, and you're able to just do D3 damage, D6 shots if they hadn't moved that turn. So you'll be peppering with that many attacks. It gradually wears people down, wears models down. So yeah, I can't wait to see the ally system in GHB 2. So up next, I've got the smaller unit of brutes, and they're going up against the zombies. Now, James very, very tactical here with the way he's been removing models from the unit, making sure that he's removing models and lining them up to a certain way where they were still within scoring that objective, while tying up the brutes at the same time, so they can't move any closer. So yeah, well played to James in that regard.
Might as well have some of the hard boys before they die. Okay, so there's 5.
So yeah, I didn't really realize just how good a necromancer is with while being surrounded by a lot of zombies, because he's got a lot of layers of save, so he's going to get his, I think he's got an armor save. I'm sure he does. Anyway, an armor save. He's got his deathless minions to save. And he's got the save where he can pass it on to the zombies. So he's the necromancer. He may look like a paltry figure on the battlefield, but he's quite tanky, especially with that many zombies hanging around him. Yeah, at this point, I just thought the brutes could, outgrind them. Which, eventually they can do. They've got that potential, but I just couldn't get to the necromancer in time just to stop it from him being able to just get more zombies back onto the table.
Bugger. So basically he's not touched.
Yeah. You should have done a lot more than that. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So bring up his wall score, just make sure I'm not missing anything.
So yeah, moving on. I finally got rid of Neferata, but that Mongol is proving to be a real thorn on my side. Just another thing I'd like to bring up is, I wanted to get more camera angles of the battle. From my point of view, an overhead shot would be nice too, and a dice cam would be awesome, actually. Yeah, a dice cam would be awesome, because you can see the priority rolls, and you can see some timely combats, the dice rolls for them, and you can see some epic failures with those dice rolls too. But of course, multiple angles means that you need more cameras. So more cameras also mean that I need a different memory cards. So now that I've got certain memory cards to fit on my DSLR, on my smartphone, on my video camera, I could really make the most of that and record games in multiple angles. So you'll be seeing that soon.
6s. Nope, 7.
Okay, and good chops. 1, 2.
So yeah, James being very careful with which models he removes from the unit of zombies. Obviously, he doesn't want to peel off too much from combat from the brutes to stop me from piling in and moving closer towards that objective. And at the same time, keeping all those zombie models close by from the objective itself. Very tactical play. Well played.
Back to me. I think that's it. Already my zombies didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done them all goal. Yeah, man.
So this unit charge, so they can pile in.
Yep.
Looks like just the one guy's going to get in.
So yeah, I was able to pile in with the unit of Savage Orcs, but unfortunately, it was only going to be one model, which is better than nothing, because at least at the same time you're advancing those Savage Orcs closer towards that objective. Surely, you know, it would have been better to have obviously more Savage Orcs fighting in combat, but it just wasn't the case.
That's it. So battle shocks.
Battle shock.
The eye boys, even if I roll a 6, they're going to be fine. So I'll get rid of that because they're still bravery 8. Just.
So I'm losing 4 plus whatever I roll. Oh wait, how many are left? 2, 3, 6. Yeah, so I've got bravery 11 because I've got 10.
Yeah.
Still got 10. So 14 lost, bravery 11. So 3 plus whatever d6. 7.
So yeah, Battle Shock. He's lost a few more, but of course the zombies are still there, so they're going to be a real pain. And I'm sure he's still got some reinforcement points left over. James is too smart for that.
Not these ones, no. No,
But
so
they are magic, so.
that's why I count the skellies.
Yeah.
Count the skellies so I can use them for battle line and when I play
Okay.
in stores, yeah.
Fair enough.
I suppose the main target
Dick's house, I see.
that I had in mind was a Necromancer, but again, you know, yeah, he's just protected him really well.
Alright. No, he's fine, cool, good. It's taking some heavy hits this turn. My turn too.
Yes, your turn to.
Okay.
Open up a good serving.
Yeah. So first up, Necromancer is going to summon. Oh wait, I'll bring back 6 d6 zombies.
Yeah.
From the banner. Bring up another 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. He's going to summon zombies. Goes off on a 9, so I can set up 20, but I've maybe I should set up that 20. It'll cut into my
So yeah, now it's James' turn. As you can see, he's casting magic in his hero phase, and this is about the time where he starts to raise all those zombies back.
20.
So I killed quite a few, but yeah, he's gonna gain a lot more, unfortunately. And as you can see, I'm measuring just to see if I can unbind it. Unfortunately, I
So
cannot.
it's still, it's not going to be +2.
Pretty sure, yeah, it's casting in a one. Yeah, it's subjective.
Okay, so that's definitely 10, but not 20. So I'm only going to get +1,
Yep.
+2. So what'd you get?
So you need to roll. So I got 10. So you need to roll 11.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 9.
Yep.
No.
So it sets up 20 zombies. I have to be 9 inches away from you, so I have to set them up back here. There.
So yeah, as you can also see in the middle there, there's the Mongol kicking along.
The zombies on this flank.
Yeah, at this point, not all of the brutes can get in. That's sort of my mistake. I seized the opportunity of taking down Neferata nice and early in the game, and I was able to do so, but
So they can fly, so
unfortunately, the brutes were within 3 inches of that Mongol. And yeah, this was my mistake during my deployment.
Don't mind.
Yeah, so the wolf chariot is up just on the top of the shot there, and you know the wolf chariot's not going to do much against 9 flayers, let alone 10 savage orcs. So it looks like he's going to be able to get this this objective pretty easily.
The rest my orange bush. Oh, and the Coven Throne. Yeah, she's got it. Okay.
There you go.
She's stopping you from doing stuff.
Yeah, so I think I should also highlight that in this game I had the 3 units of savage orcs, and so I was kind of testing out how good they were at taking and capturing objectives. In terms of taking objectives, they weren't exactly the best. They are good at holding objectives as long as they've got something else that can back them up. So you know that includes brutes. Anything hitty really, even range attacks. So you know thunder tusks
3 hits, 4 hits.
that could do the 6 mortal wounds, while you know the savage orcs just bubble wrap
Oh,
them.
1 wound, sorry.
Yeah, they're good in those situations, but on their own, with just 10 of them, yeah, they're average.
Oh, so on a 6, he turns into a zombie. No.
Orkies on. Okay. Okay, there's quite a few. I'm gonna go and do this one.
Yep.
Don't think that's gonna be an inch. So he's gonna miss out. Everyone else can fight. So 9 guys.
Yep.
Becomes 10. Because of the boss. Yep. 9. 10. Force to hit. Yeah. Good start. 3's to wound. And there's your averages for you. Okay, 3.
3. And you end?
No end.
Oh, so 5 ups. Makes 1. 2 go through. You got no one in range, so it pops that. Above the end.
Bravery 10?
Yeah. Okay, well I'll do the carbon throw next. Yeah, that was nice. Cool. Okay, so spectral host going first. So it's 5s and 6s. 6s are mortal wounds. 12 attacks.
So it looks like he's attacking with the Coven Throne on the unit of Savage Orcs. It's out of screen at the moment, but I moved up a couple of... actually, I moved up a unit of Savage Orcs towards the middle to try and contest that furthest objective on the left.
Oh, so it's 1 regular save. No.
And I was hoping that they would stick around, but as you'll see, yeah, they didn't last long. Coven Throne's got a few attacks. Those the vampire stilettos are pretty nasty as well.
Yeah.
10 maidens now, 8 attacks, 2, 4, 6, 8.
But yeah, a few attacks went their way, and the bravery didn't help either.
That's going to become 8 because there's a chant there.
Yep.
4s and 3s. Ooh.
Yeah, -2.
Well done. 6 inches, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Okay. Hey, not bad.
Doesn't care. I mean,
I'll take that.
care about your
That's
-2.
not bad. 3s?
It's better than average.
Yeah, that's it. 3 not red.
Oh, yeah, so it just goes through. So
Yeah,
that's
no
six.
multipliers.
So again, that Mongol's just being the bane of my existence at the moment. So I'm -2 to hit with that 6-inch debuff, and you know it's affecting the Savage Orcs. I got lucky in this round, killed a few zombies, but I really should have concentrated more on killing that Mongol. Actually, just looking at this video now, I think I made a clear-cut mistake. I should have removed that drummer first, because that art boy drummer that's in contact with the Mongol, because having him there blocked me from having more brutes from being able to attack and pile in. So yeah, in hindsight, I should have moved that art boy first. Again, I should have put more effort into killing that Mongol. Should have chucked some more mortal wounds towards it. Maybe try to get off a Foot of Gork. Again, you know, Foot of Gork is such a gimmick spell. If it goes off, it goes off, and you know. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, maybe everyone's got like different experiences. I'm sure someone's had some awesome experiences where they've done like 20 mortal wounds throughout one phase of magic. But you know, that just hasn't happened for me.
No negatives. Start. 3s. 2.
Yeah, because the Mongols giving -2 to hit. I had Bellowing Tyrant. I had a couple of war chances in this list, so you know, if I pumped everything onto the brutes, as you can see here, I'm piling them in now. I've only got Inspiring Presence on that unit, so I'm going to be -2 to hit with a reroll.
Okay, so I'll do the Go Hacker first.
Yep.
-2.
Yeah, still here.
And again, not everyone is going to be able to fight in that Mongol combat, so we'll see how this goes. I'll let you watch it.
And 3 jumps.
There's a couple there.
They are slightly better to hit.
Wait, cool.
And reroll. 3 to wound.
Yep.
5. -1. Doesn't matter, does it?
3 ups. Takes 1.
Oh my god! Oh man! Oh come on! You're doing it again!
Payback for Neferata.
Yeah, that's true. Can't complain.
Come on, where were they before? For Neferata.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
those 4 6s. Jeez.
Please, dude.
Okay. Do the Shred Fest.
Yep.
So 3 each, 4 for the champ. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Alright, 3s and 3s. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8 at neg 1.
8 and neg 1. It's gonna finish him off. 6s. Yeah, it's gonna finish him off. It's 2 damage each.
2 each,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. So there's actually 2 moles left.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
Battle shocks.
So if anyone was wondering what kind of counters James was using for his vampire army, as you can see in that screen, you can see the wounds, the different buffs that you can get. They're from Litko, so if I remember, I'll try and put some links into the comments and show notes. But yeah, they're from Litko, and you can use it for any game really. They got the 10 wounds. I'm sure you can get higher ones as well, and they have specific Age of Sigmar Litko tokens as well. So stuff of bravery, buffs, debuffs, Inspiring Presence, yeah, and all that stuff. And of course, the ones I use are from Scenery Dice, from Ben Curry over in the UK, who does the Bad Dice podcast. So yeah, special plug out to Ben Curry and his awesome work with his podcast and also his Scenery Dice. So again, if I can remember, I'll add it onto the notes just below the video. And speaking of which, James is actually using all the different dice from different podcasts. So I'm sure that grey and green one at the middle of the screen is the... I'm sure they're the Face Hammer ones. Yeah, I'm sure they're the Face Hammer ones. I know the yellow ones are from the Bad Dice from Ben Curry as well. But yeah, he's got Face Hammer ones. What was the other one that he had? Oh no, the Heralds of War ones. That's the one. And I'm sure he's got the Face Hammer ones now. The ones that I've got, they're actually really nice dice. I have to admit, the ones from Chris Tomlin over at the Black Sun podcast. So if any of you guys know any of them, any of those podcasts, you'll know that they have different dice. Yeah, those Black Sun dice are pretty awesome. I just got them recently. I didn't use them in this game. I was still using my old set of dice, but we have club dice to use for games now, the blue ones. But yeah, I'm really loving those Black Sun dice. Originally I wanted the ivory ones. They looked hot as, and unfortunately every man and his dog thought it was the same thing, so everyone's bought them out straight away, and I thought I was fast enough to get them, but they sold out within a day or two. So the only ones that the Black Sun had left were the green ones, and he had pink ones. And I thought, now, you know what, I'll get the green ones because, you know, I love my orcs, they're green. But, you know, in hindsight, I should have gotten maybe 30 of the green ones and 10 of the pinks, because the pink look pretty nice too. So here we go. We got the Coven Throne in the middle. So they've easily wiped out the Savage Orcs, and they're coming for my guys. And as you can see, they got the Wolf Chariot against players, and yeah, that's not going to stand a chance.
Nom 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 nom.
Thing is, I have to deal with that. Now you've got me all the way over here. Yeah, that'll come in a lot more handy over here. Anyway, we'll get there, hopefully. Cool. Then now the Coven Throne. Yep. Easy. 10. Well, she's not gonna.
I'm glad I got a shot of this Coven Throne from this angle, because you can just see the beauty of the paintwork. You can see the details that is put on the base, the tombstones,
That's it.
the specters themselves. It's a shame I couldn't get a close up of the vampire chicks, but yeah, it looks like there's a red cheesecake in the middle of all that. But they've charged into the brutes, and he's ready to lay the smackdown with its stilettos. So yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point James has got the double turn on turn 3, and now he's moving some stuff around, casting more zombies. So just going back on General's Handbook 2 while there's a bit of a lull with the action here. You know, write in the comment section, what are you looking forward to the most? Are you looking forward to the allies, the new artifacts, the new allegiance abilities for all these different factions? You know, I'm looking forward to pretty much just everything that's got to go with the General's Handbook 2. So you know, I'm pretty pumped. You know, for a while I was getting into 40k, building, painting armies, but now that General's Handbook 2 is going to drop, you know, I think I'll probably spend more time with Age of Sigmar, getting used to the new artifacts, abilities, the points cost especially. I'm hoping against hope that Gorgunters will get some sort of points reduction, because they look, some people love them, some people hate them. I'm sort of in the middle with them. You know, I still think they could be better, but they have their uses in the Nine-Jaw army. They are the fastest unit that they have. They are pretty tanky, 4+, Mystic Shield 3. I mean, that goes with a lot of things with Iron Jaws, but they are 5 wounds each and a decent bravery of 7. So even if you're losing that one pig, yeah, they're more than likely gonna stick around. They're not gonna need bravery, so they're gonna need 10 wounds just for you to lose one guy with the bravery test. So yeah, look, if Gorgunters had an ability where the same sort of ability they have for boars, where on a charge they can reroll once to wound, that would be something. It's better than nothing. Preferably, I like the War Scroll as it is. Maybe reduce them to 160. Pushing it to 140 might be a bit of a reach. But yeah, let me know what you guys are looking forward to the most with General's Handbook 2. As we come back to the action here, let's see what James is up to.
Three ones. Hey.
Rich vein of ones. And now 3s. So we take away 1s and 2s. 2, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. No rend. And those poor
Savage. Alright. Lorenzo, look at that flag. Oh, look at that. That's still a fit for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 guys. Drop. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Sweet.
Right. That's them done. Put this aside here.
So 8 wounds in total, knocking out 4 Savage Orcs from the combat between the zombies. So I did a pretty decent job trying to defend those hits. but there was just so many zombies that just the sheer weight of numbers taking its toll. So here, I felt as though James made a mistake, but at the same time, you know, what could he really do? He's got to choose something. You know what I mean? His thinking was get rid of more Savage Orcs because they are closer towards that objective. Because here I'm about to put the Brute's attacks onto the Coven Throne, and because it's got the profile of more than 4 wounds, I am getting to reroll all my to hit rolls.
-2, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, no buffs. Priest wound? Oh, nothing. Unfortunate. Brute boss? Yes, hits. So these 2 hit automatically.
Yep.
3s. -2, -1.
So -2 is a 6 up. Nope. And
D3 damage?
yep.
So 2.
2. So I need to make 2 saves, Deathless Minion saves, and just another
And
-1. So it's 5 up. Nope.
And that's 2 damage.
2 damage.
Yeah.
So 4 Deathless Minions saves. She makes 1. Takes 3 damage.
Alright. And the plebs. 1, 2, 3. 3. Right. 5s.
Yep.
Taking away these 3. Rerolling these. And these 3. Average. 3s. It's a 4.
Yep.
That's 5 and -1.
5
These are just 1
-1.
damage. Yeah.
Yep. So 5 up. 4, save 1 and 4.
So once again, the Brutes are within 6 inches of that Mongol, unfortunately. So I'm still -2 to hit. So 3s are becoming 5s to hit. Yeah, thank goodness for the rerolls. That's all I can say. So I'm still managing to, you know, whittle it down slowly but surely.
2 -2.
-2, so 6s. This one, 2 damage.
2 damage, yeah.
Alright, so it looks like he's activating the Mongol next, and he's going to wail on the Brutes, who fortunately still have Inspiring Presence, but again, I'm not getting that many models into fighting range. Yes, I do have 2 inches worth of worth for the Gore Hackers and the Jagged Gore Hackers, but yeah, I mean, I'm not getting that many attacks as much as I'd like anyway. So I've piled them in. Again, -2 to hit, so this is gonna affect my combat effectiveness.
Yeah. Rerolls at least. Not a good start. Nothing at all.
Nothing this time.
That's a shame. Okay. And then 3 clips. Yeah, 3 clips. 1, 2, 3. 5s.
Bad.
They're more keen. Slightly. Another one.
There you go.
3s. Yeah. 3.
3. 3 ups.
Get a blanket.
Good. Loving it. Loves it. Now I'll do. They've already gone, so I'll do the Vargeists. Threes. And 3s. So that's 2, 4, 6, -1.
-1, okay. 6. I need 2 6s. Actually, 3 6s for him to live. Get a blanket. Get a blanket.
How many wounds does that one have?
Only 4.
4.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Piss weak. Piss weak. He's dead. 5 at no end. Lost the guy. And then carries over.
The Stiletto, 4 attacks, 3s to hit. Oh, that was a reroll to wound as well.
Oh yeah, she's insulted.
Doesn't do it. Yep. Okay, so the Queen Stiletto, 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. The rerolls. Nope, just 1.
1 -1?
1 -1, yep. next one. Now the kiss. See if she can actually get a kiss. She hasn't kissed anyone yet. I've been trying to.
Brutes know better, so.
No one wants to kiss her. No, fails again.
Not quite. We didn't brush our teeth this morning, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's it for me.
That's her done. Yep.
Yeah, that should be out. We measured that already, didn't we?
Yeah.
We nominated it was out. Okay.
Over to you.
I believe that's it for me.
Oh, we still got everything?
Yeah. Well, I'm done in combat, so really it's just battle shocks.
I'm done. They're done. Yeah, I'm done.
I don't think you have to do any at all.
No, not for me.
Because you didn't lose enough feed. Alright. So me, they're still inspired. I lost 4. Oh, I lose 1. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave him there. I'll take this guy.
So yeah, battle shock phase, and I lose a savage orc, and I actually paid attention this time. I actually removed the savage orc that was within 6 inches of the Mongol. So now that I've removed that model, I'm not gonna get -2 to hit from the Mongol. So yeah, it was I was very happy with that. The brutes, again, luckily they are inspired, so I'm not losing any more models than what I should be losing, because with a paltry bravery of 6, you know, I could have easily lost another 2 guys, which would have hurt big time, even if I'm not getting everyone within combat range.
No, I'll go later. No. Okay, my turn. Yep.
So at this point, my thinking was I gotta try and wipe him out here, because he's got 3 objectives and I've only got the 1. So at this point, James is looking like he's gonna get a minor win. So I'm really gonna push hard here. We're into, I believe this is my turn 3. So yeah, we'll see how we go.
Only for himself. Where is it? +1 hit. There you go. And he's gonna drink his battle brew as well. Just drink it once.
Yep. So he's got +2 to hit now?
Yes.
Yep. Cool. Just, yeah. Only bit of one.
He's gonna move.
Yep.
As well. Right. The shaman's gonna drink his, eat a mushroom. Ooh, be good.
Yep.
He's gonna cast Mystic Shield. 10, so 12.
Yep. Mystic Shield. Any more spells over there?
Yeah, well, he's got 1.
Yeah, I might. He's got that that stomping spell, doesn't he?
Yes, he's got foot.
The
Foot in the
kick, brain
puke.
kick. Yeah.
And an arcane bolt as well.
Yeah. I might let that Mystic Shield go.
Yep. And he's gonna get +2 to cast again.
Yep.
From that, and having 10 boys around. Let's go ahead and do. Wasted it actually. Yeah, I wasted it. 14. With 4 dice. Let's. If I do Foot of Gold, it's not gonna do anything. 8 cast. 7 would have been nice. Let's just do Arcane Bolt.
Okay.
6, double again.
Yeah.
So that's 8.
8. So is that from him?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can get the. Has he got 1 or 2 spells to cast?
You only cast 1.
Only cast
yeah,
1.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, which kind of sucks.
Well, he's got a +1 over it, so I'm going to use him. So you've got 8. I need to roll an 8. Okay. No.
Okay.
Arcane Bolt.
So 4 dice.
So right about now I was tampering with the idea of casting Foot of Gork, but I just went with Arcane Bolt. So still within 4 units of the Weird Fist. So I'm getting an extra 4 dice. and I've decided to go with Arcane Bolt. So yeah, I only did the only thing I did was increase the range. Yeah, I rolled 4 dice and I didn't get any extras to the damage output, so that was a bit of a disappointing roll. So I've gone ahead and targeted the Coven Throne, and as you can see, it's taken 3 wounds. Yeah, I don't know if I would have done anything different. I don't know if you've also noticed, but on the bottom right hand of the screen, you've got the Mega Boss getting close to that Coven Throne. Yeah, I want to try and get rid of that Coven Throne as quickly as possible.
What's the name of this suburb? Binge
Bungarby.
Macari? Sorry.
Bungarby.
Bungarby.
Yeah, it's
And at the very top of your screen, you can see the brutes have been freed up. So I'm moving within 3 inches of that Necromancer. And at this point, I'm pretty sure I forgot that the Necromancer could add on actually pass on the wounds onto the zombies. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking. I'm sure I was thinking about getting closer towards the objective to try and see if I could wipe out as many zombies as I can. But again, the effectiveness of brutes against anything with less than 4 wounds isn't as good, because I don't get to buff up the big thing unless I've got the Mega Boss nearby. I have buffed up that unit with +1 hit from the War Chanter, who's hiding behind the Necropolis there, which is at a shot at the moment. Actually, no, he's there. He's a very top right hand on the very top right hand corner of the screen. And I'm pretty sure I've given my Mega Boss Bellowing Tyrant along with Battle Brew. So he's pretty choppy at the moment. I'm thinking I'll get rid of that Coven Throne. It opens up the middle. If I can get the next turn, then I can sort of advance towards the other objective, which is on my top left hand corner. But yeah, it's out of shot. As you can see, there's more Ard Boys moving up towards the center of the battlefield. Just trying to maneuver around and just trying to cover as much ground as I possibly can.
he's just gonna move there. Okay, charges. So I'm shooting. So I'll do the Mega Boss first.
Yep.
One dice at a time.
Yeah,
easy.
you're good.
Daddy.
I was like, I'm 1-1-1-1. Yeah, Coven Throne's not going to survive this.
Yeah.
Don't think so. Didn't get her spell off once this game. It's such a handy spell.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, they're flying. Those boots over there.
Yep.
Attempt to charge. We're gonna charge with Necromancer.
Yep.
Go there. Yeah. I mean, no matter what, I'm gonna.
So I've decided to charge the Ard Boys into the zombies, trying to whittle them down as much as I can, but this proved to be my downfall, as you will see later on.
Let's do the charge for 10.
Yeah, I should probably get him into the... Oh, yeah, zombies easily. Even if you fit around the corner.
Because technically they're the closest.
Yeah.
And I want to get away 6 inches from him.
That's what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, you're out of range there now. Yep.
He's gonna try and charge. Because why not? 6 should be in.
Yeah. Oh, it's a big zombie crush. So it's 6.
Yeah,
Saves
cool.
there, and -2, so it's a 6 up. Nope.
That's D3.
D3,
So
yep.
I'll work it out now.
Yep.
That's 3.
Another 3. Yeah, she's not going to survive this. Cool, alright. Okay, I need to roll all 6s. Long gone.
So a bit of a different angle, but we are working towards that combat with the Coven Throne.
Flee.
And down goes the Coven Throne thanks to the Mega Boss. So the Mega Boss all souped up. with +2 to hit, +1 to win because of Battle Brew.
Okay, over to me.
He's done his job. Again, I should have focused more of the war chances towards the brutes in the middle, which are now in contact with the Mongol. But yeah, it was a lesson learned.
We'll have to go that way.
Now we're working towards the combat here, towards that objective where there are just tons and tons of zombies that are just all over the place, and there wasn't really much I could do about the summoning. There's so much zombies that he summoned that in the end he just bogged that area down, and of course I couldn't kill the zombie fast enough. Just when I thought I had him on the ropes with Battle Shock, he would just go ahead and roll plenty of dice. As you can see, yeah, they just they're formed up, and I can't get within 6 inches, and there's just so much zombies that I'm not going to get that objective.
Yeah, so it's going to come down to Battle Shock. It's my turn, isn't it?
Yep.
So I lost 2 brutes in that
first,
fight,
'cause
so
it's
obviously,
gonna
you know, brutes again, bravery 6.
5, so they're good.
And yeah, I'm expecting
the
to
boys
lose
didn't lose
maybe
any.
1 or 2
The
more.
Savage Orcs. I'm not going to lose any because I only
Again,
lost 1.
with the Mongol in the
They're
middle,
7 still.
couldn't do much
These
there.
brutes are inspired, so they're good.
Cool.
Okay, then.
So easy.
Yeah,
So I've lost 9 zombies, so I need to roll a 1 for none. Oh wait, I've got bravery 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Bravery 14. So let's see. So 6
Hey!
plus 9, 15, 1 ones.
Yep, that's right.
Take this guy. He doesn't run, he just sort of...
I'm going back to bed. Wake me up when it's over. Alright.
So yeah, I believe we rolled for priority, and I managed to get the turn. So I've moved everything up. Learned my lesson with the brutes, giving them +2 to hit from 2 war chances, I believe. I also buff up the Mega Boss with Battle Brew. So at this point I moved everything forward, thinking that I could wipe the zombies out. I have to admit I was getting a bit greedy at this point. I just couldn't kill them fast enough, and I should have learnt. But you know, I was going for it, see if I could get the game on majority kills, because I felt as though I had enough time to, you know, to get to the Vargeists. And this is where the point where I dropped the camera. And there we go. Anyway, so I've lost a few more brutes, and maybe I can start talking about my downfall in this game. So as you can see, I've moved up the Ard Boys in the previous round to get into combat, and that pushed me away from the objective, leaving up an open space for the Mongol to move in, to retreat and run. At this point, so we're just fighting out the combats here with the zombies, but this is yeah, I totally missed this altogether. I was out of 6 inches of the only objective that I was owning, and here you can see the Mongol on James's turn has run away and ran, and he rolled just enough to get within that objective, and yeah, I was nowhere near it. So that was a cunning move by James. Totally did not see that. But you know what? This ended up being a really good game. We're just rolling it out. But when James did that move, I knew that I had the game lost. I was going to lose a major because of that. So an oversight on my part, because I forgot about the objective, and I just an overall greediness, to be honest.
They're definitely in. He's gonna go.
So again, you can see my brutes piling in. See what kind of damage they could do. Look, I really love brutes, but yeah, just in units of 5, they're a bit. I just feel as though they don't do enough in units of 5. That's why I've started using them in units of 15. Yeah, just because they just do a lot more. There's just more attacks, especially if you got them in Jagged Gore Hackers. They've got the 2-inch reach. So yeah, as you can see, this is the winner right here. This is the winning shot. The Mongol fleeing from combat from the brutes with a couple of wounds left and winning it for death. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.